What's up everybody, my name is Zach Levet, and the other week Nike invited me out to New York for a special event in which they were unveiling some of their new 2020 gear. And one of those items was the Alphafly Next %. If you don't know what this shoe is, it's basically the shoe that they created to help Eliud Kipchoge break 2 hours in the marathon. He ended up doing this at the Ineos 159 event, and it was phenomenal. A lot of people were skeptical about the shoes and what they were like and what the air pop was all about. And basically I got to go hands-on with the product, and I got to test them out, I got to feel them, I got to do everything with them, which was literally insane. And I want to share that experience with you. And before I speak on my experience, I want to let you hear from the people that helped invent this shoe, build this shoe, been a part of this shoe for years. And so let me cut to that now, and then I will kind of speak on my experience a little bit later in the video.
Yeah, so Carrie Dimoff, I'm a footwear innovator. I work in Beaverton for Nike headquarters, and I've been out there since about 2005. It's been a really cool experience for me to be able to do both. Like, I get to go to Kenya and meet with Eliud Kipchoge and work with those athletes and collect their insights, and at the same time, like, get on the starting line next to some of the athletes and like actually observe and get into the same mindset as them, and then bring my own like engineering, development, building experience to that, and hopefully like come back to the team and say, I think this is the direction we should take for the shoes. I've been working on these 2020 models now for the past like 2-3 years, and we're super excited with what we're going to launch today at the Future Board. So like you said, this one's called the Alphafly Next %. If anyone was paying attention to the world of running back in October, Eliud Kipchoge wore a prototype of this when he broke 2 hours in the marathon. The final shoe is very much what he wore, and I'll talk you through like the tech details, but his shoe is essentially this. We created a special color for him, and we made some just like final manufacturing improvements to get it ready to sell.
Wow, that was a great run.
What are we supposed to do? Go all out in this little store? These are actually moon shoes.
Our team just basically started with the challenge of how do you take the Vaporfly and make it better. Like, Vaporfly was game changing in the running industry. If you like had a Nike racing flat before 2017, it was probably like this thin. You felt every step of the way, or maybe you ran, if you ran a marathon, maybe you chose to run it in like a training shoe because you wanted the protection. And Vaporfly came along, and we realized like you don't have to sacrifice cushion and comfort and protection just to go fast. The real unlock with that shoe was the Zoom X foam. So it was like a lighter foam than we'd ever used before and more resilient. A traditional foam, like across the industry, but specifically for Nike, would be maybe 60 or 70% returning your energy, and Zoom X is more like 80%. So every step you put in, it returns more of your own energy back. But it's also really, really light, so we can afford to put more of it in the shoe and stay on the same like weight budget, if you will. And then we also had the carbon plate, so it's sort of a spoon shape, like you imagine like a rocking chair. It tips you forward, and if you guys run in Vaporfly, I assume, like it's a totally different experience than anything I'd ever run in before that. And so, yeah, how do you make that even better, right? That's super hard. So Alphafly, I wish I had components, but essentially, like what you see here on the midsole, this is the same Zoom X foam, and then we've got the same plate. Like, we tweaked it a little bit to work with the new air soles, but it's foam, plate, and foam again. What we changed here is by adding these Zoom air soles in the forefoot, we were able to insert an even more resilient material. So you remember I said Zoom X is like 80% of your energy back. These air soles are more like 90%. So Nike Air has been around a long time. We've used it in sportswear shoes. If you've had a Pegasus or a Vomero, those have Zoom air soles inside them. But by realizing that Zoom Air had a place within our super fast racing shoes, we were able to just unlock even more energy return. So the shoe gets a tiny bit taller to incorporate the height of the air soles, but just in general, it becomes a more efficient system and returns more of your energy back. And it's still pretty lightweight for all of that.
That sounds dope, right? Cool. I was listening like, whoa. We love this like technique-y stuff. Us Ekans were just like, oh, tell us more.
So on top of the Alphafly, they also worked on a training shoe that had React foam in the heel and a little bit less of an aggressive geometry. And so here is a little bit on that.
Should look really familiar. We used a lot of the same ingredients. We used the ZoomX foam, we used the air soles. We added in the heel some of the React foam that is in the shoes you guys ran in today. Basically just made this a more democratic feeling shoe. Like if you try this guy on, it gets you up on your toes and you feel like you want to go. This one is more suited to jogging. You could certainly run faster. We actually tested this one in the lab against the current Pig Turbo and found this one helps you with your running economy, a 2% gain over the Pig Turbo. So it's a light shoe, a fast shoe, but it's a little bit more comfortable for like a heel to toe run or just kind of like what we did today, like a stop-start jogging. And it has a more durable, more traditional rubber on the bottom, whereas this one has that same outsole material from the Vaporfly, so it's meant to be like a lighter version of the rubber.
So now it's time to hear about my experience with the shoe, what it was actually like from somebody that has tried it on, run around a little bit, not too much. I don't even have like a mile of running in it. I just have a quick feel of it. But honestly, from my experience, it is one of the most insane shoe experiences I've ever had in my life. I feel like with the Next percent, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is incredible. It made the 4% feel as if it was just, you know, a more chill standard shoe. But then this shoe just makes you feel like you're bouncing off the ground. It makes you feel like you're just being propelled forward so much. And I'm not even just spreading propaganda. Like this is literally how I felt. I just felt like I was being propelled forward with every step. On top of all of that, they did feel great on foot. It was this new type of material on the upper, and I don't know what it's called, but it's very lacy and it's very woven, it's very airy, it's very light, and the whole shoe itself is incredibly light. I think that everybody should be incredibly excited for this shoe because it's something that's going to shake up the game. A lot of people are probably not ready for what this shoe is about to provide, and as shown by Eliud Kipchoge, it helped him set a new bar in running, and I think that it's going to keep doing that, and people are going to start to find new applications for the shoe right and left in training, in daily workouts, and long runs, because training at this higher level and reducing the stress on your body and making your body more efficient only helps you get better faster. And I think that there are a lot of cumulative benefits that these shoes can provide. I know that the Next percent and the 4% provide a cumulative benefit, and I can only imagine that this provides that an even greater extent. So if I were you, I would get excited for this shoe. It's coming out very soon, and so be sure to book your calendar when you find out the date that'll be coming out. They might be expensive. I have no knowledge of the price, but that is all for this quick video. So I hope that you've enjoyed, and as usual, live happy and be healthy. Bye.